For years, you've been waiting, watching, and hoping for that one single, seismic event that would change everything. The mythical revaluation, the RV, of the Iraqi dinar. You've been told it's a sleeping giant, a lottery ticket waiting to be cashed, that any day now, its value would skyrocket from its current state to something astronomical, making every note in your possession worth a fortune overnight. But I need you to take a deep breath and listen to me very carefully, because what I'm about to tell you might be the most important piece of information you'll hear all year, and it fundamentally challenges that entire narrative. The reality, the data-driven, unemotional truth, is that the global financial system simply does not work that way. Central banks and the International Monetary Fund do not orchestrate secret, overnight windfalls for foreign currency speculators. The concept of a hidden wave of movement is not about a secret countdown to immense wealth. It's about understanding the slow, grinding, and often painful process of economic reform, political compromise, and monetary policy that actually dictates the value of a nation's currency. Let's anchor this in the cold, hard data as it stands today. The official exchange rate, the one set by the Central Bank of Iraq, has been hovering around 1,320 Iraqi dinar to $1 for a considerable time. This is not an accident. It's a managed peg, a deliberate policy to maintain stability in an economy that has been rocked by decades of war, sanctions, and internal political strife. This rate is propped up by the country's foreign currency reserves, which are, in turn, almost entirely dependent on a single, volatile commodity, oil. In fact, over 90% of the Iraqi government's revenue comes from oil exports. This is the foundational crack in the entire get-rich-quick dream. The Iraqi economy lacks significant diversification. There is no robust private sector, no major industrial or agricultural export base to create a sustainable, multi-streamed flow of foreign currency. This means the value of the dinar is intrinsically and dangerously tied to the global price of crude oil. When oil prices are high, the government has more US dollars to sell through its currency auction to maintain the 1320 peg. When oil prices crash, the pressure on the dinar intensifies, and the threat of devaluation, not revaluation, becomes a very real and present danger. Think about that for a moment. The fundamental economic risk for the dinar is not that it will fail to moon, but that it could potentially fall further if its primary source of support weakens. The Central Bank of Iraq is not currently fighting to increase the dinar's value. It is fighting a daily, exhausting battle to prevent it from collapsing. They are focused on controlling inflation, managing liquidity, and ensuring there are enough physical US dollars in the country to facilitate essential imports, from food to medicine to machinery. Every discussion about monetary reform coming out of Baghdad and from international bodies like the IMF is not about a magical multiplier for your investment. It's about painful, necessary steps like reducing the dependence on the dollar, modernizing the banking sector to combat money laundering and fraud, and potentially even changing the physical currency itself to reduce the massive, unmanageable money supply in circulation. These are the real moves, the true, hidden waves, that serious investors and analysts are watching. They are not sexy. They don't make for exciting, viral YouTube headlines. But they are the absolute bedrock of understanding what is possible for this currency's future. The dream of an RV to $3 or more is a financial fantasy that ignores the basic mathematics of money supply and inflation. If you were to suddenly make every trillion dinar holder a multimillionaire in US dollar terms, you would instantly hyperinflate the Iraqi economy into oblivion, making the currency worthless within its own borders. The goal of any legitimate economic reform is stability and gradual, sustainable growth, not a speculative bonanza for foreign holders. This is the crucial first step in resetting your expectations and understanding the real game that is being played. It's a game of economic survival, not a hidden lottery. So, if the fairy tale of an overnight revaluation is an economic impossibility, what does a realistic, data-informed forecast for the Iraqi dinar actually look like in 2025 and beyond? This is where we move from debunking myths to analyzing the tangible probabilities. And the landscape is defined not by a single binary event, but by a spectrum of potential outcomes, each with its own triggers and implications. The most likely scenario, the one that the Central Bank of Iraq and its advisors at the International Monetary Fund are tirelessly working towards, is a prolonged period of managed stability, maintaining that crucial 1320 IQD to $1 peg, or a very slight, gradual appreciation to a stronger level, perhaps breaking the 1300 barrier, but over a time frame of years, not days. This path is entirely contingent on two volatile and interconnected factors: sustained high oil prices and measurable progress on the long-promised structural reforms. With global energy markets facing geopolitical tensions and the ongoing transition to renewables, predicting oil prices is a notoriously difficult game, but a consistent price of, say, $80 or $90 per barrel provides the Iraqi government with the dollar liquidity needed to defend the currency's current value. However, stability is not growth, and this best case scenario for the currency's defenders still offers a negligible return for the foreign investor when you factor in the costs of acquiring the dinar, holding it, and the opportunity cost of not having that capital invested elsewhere. The second, and arguably more impactful, scenario is what we can term controlled decimalization, a move that would see the official rate strengthen to a level like 1.25 or 1.30 dinar to the dollar. Now, before you get too excited, understand that this is not a 100,000% increase. It's a redenomination, a move to simplify the currency by effectively dropping 3 zeros, making accounting and daily transactions easier within Iraq. This has been discussed for over a decade and is a logistical nightmare involving replacing the entire physical currency in circulation, updating every financial software system, and re-educating an entire population. While it would make the number on the note look more valuable, its value in real terms against the dollar would be mathematically adjusted, meaning your 25,000 dinar note might become a 25 dinar note, both still worth the same in dollar terms. The true benefit of this move would be psychological and practical for the Iraqi economy itself, potentially increasing foreign business confidence and reducing transaction friction, which could, over a very long period, contribute to genuine economic strength. The third, and most dangerous, scenario that every investor must be acutely aware of is the risk of a forced devaluation. This is the nightmare scenario that the central bank is trying to avoid, but it remains a stark possibility if oil revenues were to precipitously drop or if political gridlock, particularly around government formation and budget passage, halts the dollar auctions that keep the system afloat. We have seen previews of this pressure. In late 2023 and into 2024, the U.S. Treasury tightened regulations on the dollar auction to curb money laundering flowing into Iran and Syria, which temporarily created a dollar shortage within Iraq and caused the black market rate to diverge significantly from the official rate, at one point exceeding 1,600 dinar to the dollar. A sustained event like this could force the central bank's hand, leading them to officially devalue the currency to, for example, 1,500 or 1,600 IQD to the dollar, simply to align the official economy with the reality on the ground and conserve their precious foreign reserves. Such a move would be catastrophic for the purchasing power of the average Iraqi citizen and would represent a massive loss for anyone holding the currency. Therefore, when you look at the road to 2025, the path for the dinar is not a straight line up. It's a tightrope walk between the scylla of painful but necessary reform and the Charybdis of potential economic collapse, with the most probable outcome being a continuation of the status quo, a managed float that prioritizes survival over spectacular growth. This is the complex, unglamorous reality that separates the hopeful speculator from the informed observer. Now, with this clear-eyed understanding of the stark realities and the genuine probabilities facing the Iraqi dinar, the most critical question you must ask yourself is not when will the RV happen, but given this information, what is the most prudent and intelligent action for me to take with my investment and my time? The first and most non-negotiable step is to radically shift your mindset from that of a lottery ticket holder to that of a risk-assessing analyst. The entire ecosystem built around the dinar, from certain offshore sellers to the countless forums and gurus predicting specific dates, thrives on one thing: hope overriding logic. They sell the dream because the dream is what moves the currency from their vaults into your safe. But you are now armed with the truth, and the truth is your most valuable asset. Let's talk about the brutal financial reality of the investment itself. If you purchased dinar at a typical online rate, you likely paid a significant premium over the official exchange rate. This means you instantly lost a substantial percentage of your capital the moment the transaction was complete. Furthermore, the liquidity for this currency is virtually non-existent for the average person. Try walking into your local bank and asking them to buy your Iraqi dinar at the official rate. You will be met with a blank stare. The only viable exit strategy for most holders is to sell the currency back to a specialized dealer, who will, without exception, buy it back from you at a rate far below the official price, locking in your losses. This is the fundamental, inescapable math of the speculative dinar trade. You buy high with no reliable marketplace to sell, making it less of an investment and more of a collectible with a deeply uncertain future. This brings us to the paramount importance of your source of information. In a landscape clouded by deliberate misinformation and complex economic jargon, your survival depends on your ability to distinguish between hype and hard data. Every piece of news about banking reform, every statement from a parliamentarian, every fluctuation in the dollar auction must be viewed through the lens of its actual economic impact, not through the distorted prism of RV prophecy. Ask yourself, does this development genuinely increase the intrinsic value of the currency by strengthening Iraq's economic fundamentals? Or is it simply being co-opted by gurus to create a new wave of excitement and sell more product? The painful answer, 9 times out of 10, is the latter. The real journey for the Iraqi dinar is a marathon of bureaucratic reform, infrastructure development, and political stability, a story that unfolds in incremental, often boring, steps reported by institutions like the International Monetary Fund and credible financial news services, not in sensational, breathless YouTube alerts promising life-changing news tomorrow. This is precisely why our mission here is so vital. We are not here to sell you dreams. We are here to equip you with the analytical tools to navigate this complex and high-risk landscape on your own terms. We cut through the noise, translate the central bank reports, analyze the IMF statements, and provide you with the context you need to make decisions that protect your capital and your financial well-being. The global economy is entering a period of unprecedented volatility, and currencies like the dinar are on the front lines. You need a source you can trust, a voice that prioritizes truth over temptation. If you are tired of the cycle of hype and disappointment, if you are ready to engage with this topic with the seriousness it deserves, then you need to be part of this community. Subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell right now. We are your daily dose of reality in a sea of fantasy, providing the expert analysis and data-driven updates you need to stay informed and protected. Don't rely on the rumor mill. Join the community dedicated to genuine financial intelligence. Your financial future is too important to leave to chance. Take control of your information, starting with this subscription.